For those who want the truth revealed, open their hearts and secrets unseal. From now until it's now again, till time until all memories end. Welcome back, dearie, to episode 6 of The Witch Hunters. Did you bring your Baba a snack?
Hello, please let me out. I'll talk, I promise. There's no need to... God, help!
How long has she been like this? Last couple of hours. I hit the intercom. Calm down, Linda. Don't strain. It'll hurt your wrists.
Emmy, please. Please don't hurt me. I can help. I didn't mean to. I was tricked. God.
She doesn't expect the doors to slide open and see me enter the room. No longer a disembodied presence speaking over the voice of God, rather his judgment at the threshold. No lamb's blood to hold me off. Anything else, Linda? I offer. She croaks. I dart, forcing the brace in her mouth, forced open, like a trip to the dentist. My assistants appear at my side with the equipment ready. The binding is so tight, her struggles only cause veins to inflate from effort, which provides the perfect target for my syringe. Shh. I stroke her hair as I watch those weak, leafy eyes fog. No words. Relax. The time for confession comes later. I glance towards my aides. One keeps her breathing, the other empties her mouth of drool, the constant vroom of the vacuum. They nod, and I take the silver-tipped hook. Each tooth proves to be ordinarily imperfect. Nor do we find anything under the tongue. Nothing in the back of her throat either, except evidence of her popularity with the boys. Her gums reveal nothing either. I'm about to move on from her mouth when I spread her lower lip, pulling down, bracing it against her chin. A small, ill-colored lesion throbs right in the middle of the stretched skin. A scab? Bullshit. A cache. Silvered scalpel and a jar. A handle presses into my hand while faceless goon number 3 waits with the container. Easy to miss, hardly larger than a discarded fingernail clipping stretched thin. It throbs a deep purple. My blade slices, and rivers of blood and pus pour and bubble from a wound smaller than an eyelash. Noxious-smelling blood begins to pool at my feet as it jets out of our guest, splashing against the tile from the force. Elevate her head. Can't have the bitch drown in her own blood. Fortunately, the constant humming vacuum sucks up the blood and spit, but it does not stop. Her top is drenched as more ichor, more bile, flows from her pinned bottom lip. Tweezers. Gone the scalpel, now my new task. Reaching in with the 2 pointed ends, I catch the witch's mark. It shrieks and struggles as I pull it from the wound. The river trickles now as the parasite separates from its host. I drop the bastard into the waiting jar, where it grows, trying to use teeth to pierce the glass. But without blood and flesh to consume, it burns away in its fury. The glass cracks. A new jar is fetched. One down, shave her head. We do, letting her rich locks fall to the ground, all swept up to be burned. 2 more stowaways hide in large bumps, the size of an ingrown hair. These explode, little teeth trying to tear at my hands. We've already got the silver blade, so their wails end up being worse than their bite. I examine every inch of clothing on her body before we cut it away. Her bracelet hisses when touched by silver, a new piece of evidence kept aside, to be broken later. Once her clothes are gone, I take a moment. I never realized how magnificent Linda looked naked. Her vacuous comments and breathy voice masked perfection. There is always a part during this process where I wonder, why make the deal? Envy mixed with curiosity. These women always seem to have so much. Lives I would have traded for in a moment. But still, they want more. But this isn't a witch, I remind myself. This is a tool, infected by magic. And the same envy I now feel probably brought Linda under my knife. There but for the grace of... Nah, I'm not a fucking moron. 2 more under her armpit, 1 behind the knee, and the last one on her inner thigh. She's been stripped and shaved completely. We've got the bracelet and the remains of 7 enchantments. The cleanup crew enters with a shop vac to collect the ankle-deep levels of gore. I'll have these scrubs destroyed in a moment. Do you want to handle her confession personally? Janice asks. Not today, but if he's feeling up to it, let Sebastian come out towards the end. No deaths. She's got to be able to stand at the end. I know, Ma. Janice rolls her eyes. Time for the next errand. It's all from the same witch. Gordon wheezes, watching the corrupted fluid rush along the twisted glass of his instruments. The mystic sediments collect at the bottom of his beakers. Consistent ingredient choices, an untroubled aura. He taps the weak red vapor collecting at the top of his purifier. Figures. Hags, they do not like to share the secrets, you know? I know, Padre. The sunburned old man scuttles over to the red cloth we found in the car, that Linda discovered. Devious. Have you learned to trust your instincts yet, Emma? I must. It should be. PhD in chemistry, but my brain dances like a fool. The gut, never. Always right. What does your lunch know now? I peer over his shoulder. I'm tempted to ask for a cigarette. He's lighting one as 4 stubs burn away in his ashtray. This rag, all wrong. Belonged to a witch, sure, no question. Easy to see. And that's what we find, yes? Spidery living curses soak the fabric. Here woven a red string in red fabric, runes, almost invisible. Not to me. I see, but I don't understand. Procedure blinded. Investigating methodological, not methodical. All proper, all wrong. Look, see, the rib, clean, a knife, not even scissors. Also, a small corner piece. What did it get caught on? Where is the rib? Nothing. Smell, sweet, yes? Delicious. It's a preservative. Keeps the magic in place. Why? It makes no sense. He was running, hot, but not long. Someone else's hand. They want him found. A bony finger violently ashed his cigarette towards the bracelet. And it was her doing, same sweet smell, that you used to preserve a spell. Linda, she knows no magic. A witch would never be so... idiot. A trap. Sebastian's analysis returns to me from the previous night. Yeah, but not for us. The witch was surprised. So this mystery witch, this arrogant bitch, thought to use the malleus to crush her enemy and flee. Such a normal case in so many ways. Cynthia, the PTA pet killer, was the bait, a witch without a coven who sacrificed her child. Except we didn't find her child, or the friend. 4 different targets. 2 missing girls, Monica and Carol, who should be burned husks but left no body. The Tove man who needs to die for touching one of my men, and whoever the stupid slut is who thinks she can wield the hammer. Few quick clicks on my computer phone, and I'm off to meet Connor, Sebastian's temporary replacement. I'm smiling. It's a full moon. And we're hunting fools. Timeless hours pass, but we're finally ready. 50 grunts gathered in front in the cafeteria, the only place in our little headquarters large enough to hold both the office staff and our logistics department. The riot here, the automatic weapons rest on long plastic tables. I'm wearing my own. Janice glares at me. She's not happy about my orders, thinks I'm being reckless, an abuse of privilege. But it's still an order, and I'll be patrolling with my men tonight. All right, I shout over the crowd, my mask in my hand. I'll strap in once we're done. Don't need to tell this unit of top-tier motherfuckers, but these bastards touched one of ours. Fury answers me. Sebastian, the man who should be cocked, armed, and ready to empty round after fucking round into these demons' horrors. He got half his leg melted off. We've got our orders. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Clear, concise. But your commander is up in his hospital bed suffering. So let's repay the favor. Be fast, be careful, and be merciless. The only time we stop is to reload. Is that fucking clear, boys? The room shakes as they howl their approval. A few others join in. Now before we get going, our former ally has a few words. We part, allowing Linda to step forward, bald, bleeding, and unable to step onto the table. Her eyes seem unfocused, not sure what drug we administered. Brothers, sisters, I'm ashamed. I sold my soul to the wicked. He betrayed us all. My sins span an eternity, but thanks to his divine mercy, I am forgiven. I hope in time you might forgive me as well. They say confession is good for the soul. Don't know if I agree. There's a reason we call the ones who talk broken. There often isn't much of a soul left. Those who fight longer are different. Inner power emanates from the burned and bleeding lips. Humanity thrives in resistance. Still, it doesn't matter. We're all animals in the end, going gently to the slaughter. I throw the noose around Linda's neck. We forgive you. Then I kick. We're not high enough to break her neck on the fall, so we all watch her strangle. I notice her toes have been recently painted as they try to find any surface to grip. Lucky bitch, having time for a pedicure. Mourn our sister, I offer, for it could have been any of us. And don't forget it, boys, I offer silently. My eyes can be quite expressive. This moment holds until she is still, and I slip on my mask. My voice echoes, "Bring out the dogs. It's a bright-ass moon tonight." Hellhounds, some call them. The bitch patrol, I prefer. Bred to track not only individual scents, but eye of newt, toe of frog, something of fiery snake, all the best ingredients. Massive black mastiffs, whose teeth gleam in the moonlight as drops of saliva fall to the ground. We keep them hungry, but they know better than to turn on us. The forest is thick and the moon full. I'm very hopeful we'll find someone tonight for a few reasons. Number 1, they slipped up too many times. Our pack can track down 1 scent. 4 greatly increases the odds. 2, this is probably a territory dispute, so no one's going anywhere. Best reason I can think of to set up an individual witch. 3, witches love to party, especially on crisp nights under the eyes of the night, especially in the woods. 4, there's not that many woods in suburbia. Limited hunting ground. I made a bet with Sebastian before I left that we'd find the first batch of kindling within 3 hours. I lost my bet. It only took us 2. Up ahead, boss, a voice in my ear mutters. The dogs find the clearing. They've done their thing. No noise comes out, but we can see past their little charm. Can we surround it? Not sure. We might run out of time. Okay. Unit 3 stays with me and the hounds. We'll be going through looking for our favorites. Unit 5 and 6 back up in protection. The rest, give them a lesson in arithmetic. 1 hurt member of the Malleus equals how many dead horse? And don't be afraid to show your work. We move. The keepers stay with the dogs, and I jog behind the keepers. The moment we enter the seemingly empty clearing, the illusion breaks. Sweaty, muscle-bound puppets hit drums while naked middle-class monsters gyrate around the fire. I'm firing into the musical line. So do the others. We've mowed down most before they realize there's an attack. A few of the entertainment manage to leap into the air roaring, but Unit 3 carves them out mid-jump. The screams hit. Most run, being shot in the back, falling into the mud. A few try to hurl curses, but the silver of our arms and armor protect us. They've no names to use. We're protected. This is how I like war. Asynchronous. The bitch patrol is excited and moves toward the western side, howling and putting leaf paws through the growing layers of viscera. An old woman falls to her knees as 4 men take their batons and join the cracking of bones. Sadly, they'll be survivors. We didn't have time to risk a full enclosure. At least stories will spread. Up ahead, I send the commander of Unit 5. We're there. We break through yet another barrier of spellcraft. With the gunfire silent behind us, we're back in the woods. Except now, we see 2 women in front of us. One is a teenager, whose picture I'd been memorizing a few hours earlier. Carol Brandeis. The other I've never noted before, a waspy woman with piercing eyes. However, they were only part of the immediate problem. Dozens of red eyes, implanted in a bunch of rejected extras from the Wizard of Oz. Wicked demons. Take them! The stranger screams and points at us. Now! The devils all turn. Fire, I order. There is nothing in heaven or hell humanity can't drag into extinction. These fabled beasts of sin fall to our bullets. A few get past the line, ripping the head off of a dog and sticking a tail through the neck of a man next to me. I return the favor, blasting a new windpipe into the monster. Carol screams, clutching at a tree, but the other takes the opportunity. She dashes, zigzagging as her clothing bursts open and leathered wings explode from her shoulders. I aim and manage to puncture a hole in the membrane, but still, she flies. Fuck! The next 2 also miss. She's gone. It's all clear, boss, Brandon says. I look around. The fight had been worse than I thought. 4 dogs and 6 men torn apart. More witches will have to pay. Help me? Carol crawls toward us. Please help me. I'm scared. I don't know anything, I swear. Obviously, I say, and this time when I raise my gun, I don't miss. Hiya, I'm LJ Longo.
And I'm Lane McLeod Jackson.
Honey.
And I'm Lane McLeod Jackson.
Tales from the chaotic musings of your hosts, two love-struck creatives, Paperback Podcast unveils bi-monthly stories from an eclectic array of genres.
Here, we come out of our shells on the odd weeks of each month, hopefully to your delight and probably God's scorn.
Welcome and enjoy. Hiya, I'm LJ Longo.
And I'm Lane McLeod Jackson.
Honey.
And I'm Lane McLeod Jackson.
Tales from the chaotic musings of your hosts, two love-struck creatives, Paperback Podcast unveils bi-monthly stories from an eclectic array of genres.
Here, we come out of our shells on the odd weeks of each month, hopefully to your delight and probably God's scorn.
Welcome and enjoy.